Welcome to Ithachat. I'm your host, Paroustiastís, and today we will be talking about Odysseus. Specifically, where is he now? 16 years after the Battle of Troy, all the other soldiers have returned home, yet the noble King Odysseus remains at AWOL. Is he dead, injured, or has he even turned his back on his homeland and family? To discuss these pressing questions, I am joined today by a few very special guests, Penelope, Circe, the fearsome beast Scylla, and her interpreter. Would you all like to take a moment to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm the wife of Odysseus. I have waited 16 long years for him to return from Troy. I had to raise his son Telemachus without a father. I have had to deal with hundreds of suitors while still in grief for Odysseus the Wise. I'm excited to be on the show, but want to get back to grieving for Odysseus.
Next up, Circe.
Yeah, so I don't really know what this whole thing's about. Some nymph told me if I came on here there'd be lots of camera crew to seduce and magically turn into pigs. That's kind of my thing, you know? But it looks like this is just some sort of half-baked television show, so yeah. Hello world, I'm the lustrous goddess Circe, here to talk about, what was his name? Odysseus? Yeah, he was kind of cool. Didn't turn into a pig though, and that's kind of a deal breaker for me.
Scylla says that she will eat all you pitiful humans, bone and all, to satisfy her hunger for the hot-headed Odysseus.
No, Scylla, let's not. Alright, now that we all have a sense of who you are, let's get down to the discussion at hand. King Odysseus, and namely, his whereabouts. To start us off, where did you all meet King Odysseus?
Yeah, he dropped by my place a couple years ago after the Battle of Troy. He and his men weren't really the respectable sorts of house guests. He did beat me at my own game of wits and magic, but does that really entitle him to crash at my place for a year? Really? Their company was a welcome relief from the pigs, of course, but it cost me a fortune in wine and laundry services.
I know him as a responsible husband and father, a god among men, always utterly faithful to me and true.
Well, we had an intimate acquaintance.
Wait, what?
Don't give me that look, Penelope. It was years ago. Never mind what went on between us. It meant nothing.
Wait, just a document here.
Moving on. What about you, Scylla?
More or less, Scylla says that Odysseus was her dinner date and the main course. She would have finished them off if they didn't run away.
Scintillating comments, girls. Now, what do you think are Odysseus' biggest strengths?
He's a good leader. He has the wisdom of sparkling-eyed Athena, and he is hot, if I do say so myself. He will most likely fight to regain his house after he comes home to find 100 suitors trying to take his life. He's witty and can think quickly.
He was smarter than the rest of them, and he seemed to know at least a little bit of magic. But mostly he had this confidence to him that set him apart from the other men in a different way. He was a guy who was so full of himself there wasn't any room for evil or deceptiveness.
Scylla strongly believes that Odysseus' one and only strength is his ability to pick delicious humans as part of his crew.
Now, for the flip side of the argument, what do you think are Odysseus' downfalls? Does he even have any weaknesses?
He left his wife, kingdom, newborn son to go to Troy for a pointless war. Other than that, he's just the best.
That same hubris I was talking about could be a weakness, I guess. Sometimes he'd be all swaggering, and I wanted to slap him and say, "Hey, the world doesn't revolve around you, kid." He got on my nerves after a while, so I wasn't too upset when he left.
Scylla strongly feels that Odysseus should learn when it's time to submit to being eaten.
So, the bigger question, of course, is where the man is, and what has he been up to? It's been 16 years since Odysseus left Ithaca, and all of Greece is undecided. Is he alive or dead? Let's get our guests' opinions on this.
I assume he must be alive, or I would have heard news of his death. I just can't stand to imagine life without the possibility of him.
Well, he was certainly doing okay a couple years back when he decided to crash land on my island. I haven't seen a lot of them since, and good riddance too. The men ate like pigs, and I have a lot of experience with pigs. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if his vanity landed him at the bottom of the ocean or in the belly of some beast.
Scylla hopes that the other beast, Charybdis, didn't eat Odysseus, not for his safety, but so that she can eat him instead.
As much as I'd love to continue the show, I'm afraid our time is up. Can we get a huge round of applause for our guest this evening? I'm Paroustiastís, wishing you all a good night. Be sure to tune in next time for when we interview the great hero Hercules and review the recent omens of the gods. Elijah! Oh, no, never mind. What?
Hello.
You gotta be in some of the bloopers too.
Here to talk about, what was his name? Well, you could say we had an intimate acquaintance.
What?
So,
Hello, everyone. Are you still recording?
Wait, what?
I'm your host, Paroustiastís. Redo that because I forgot.